Okay, so welcome to my channel, and the reason why I'm creating it is because there is a massive overdiagnosis pandemic with autism, and there are reasons why this is bad. Just real quick, two of them being muddied down research. Whoa, big animal in the woods, because this is the only place it can be quiet. It also makes it harder for people to get services that really need them. PDD, NOS, and Aspergers used to be a diagnosis prior to the DSM-5 TR, and this overdiagnosis is literally the reason why this got changed. Spider. And so when I go online, for instance, or even at some of our autism clubs, I am seeing so many people that they're quirky, or they're socially awkward. They clearly have, they're clearly not, they are still neurotypical, okay? And they're labeling themselves autism. They're getting self-diagnoses. When they diagnosed my daughter, I didn't believe it at first, but my wife did, and she was 2 years old. She's now 14. And the psychologist said to me when I said, I don't know if she's autistic, he says, it doesn't matter if she's autistic or not. Let's give her a diagnosis. That way she can get the help she may need, okay? That means psychologists are just, it is what it is, right? That statement is exactly what it is. So there's a beautiful creek down here. We got these little trails that we made. So moving forward, there's level 1, there's level 2, there's level 3, because we've removed all this. Now, you gotta remember that this is a mental disability, okay? Autism is a mental disability. It means that you are literally mentally disabled, okay? Which means you're not gonna get married, have a job, drive a car, and live in modern society like the rest of us, okay? And that's just a fact, okay? But the vast majority of people seeking out self-diagnoses are literally productive members of society that are very coherent, are able to argue with you on the internet. I've had people come, we have an autism club, right? It's a special needs club, but it's all autistic. And we've actually had people come that realize, oh my God, I don't fit in this crowd, and they don't come back. I even had one friend, I met her because she took her son to an autism school because she thought he was autistic. And come to find out, the kid's fine. But she realized that he had ADHD and she misdiagnosed it, right? Which is an easy thing to do when you're on the internet. And he is no longer in that school. He was immediately pulled out of the school, but she stayed within our community, which is really cool. And so, she's part of our group now, So the next point that I was going to make, I don't want to lose my train of thought. So my daughter, let's just go to her, because I kind of forgot what I was going to say. It was a really big point. But I'm just going to go to my daughter. She's 14 years old, right? She's level 1, right? Which is the most unsevere level, right? Because I know what level 2 and I know what level 3 looks like. She stems, serious stemming. She'll punch herself in the head. It's crazy. She can ride a go-kart. She can ride her little motorcycle scooter, ride a bike, hike. Very good motor skills. Conversation is very limited. It's one direction. When you see an autistic person, they can ask, they can tell you what they want, tell you what they need, but it's always a one-directional conversation. It's very basic conversation, and also a lot of times it makes no sense. Like every morning, they kind of go through these phases where they pick something new, and right now it's the seasons and the months. She's 14 years old, and she says, Is it June? Is it July? Is it summer? Is it summer? Is it fall? Is it August 1st? Right? It can't be all these things, but it's just a repetitive speech. But it's crazy because, she'll pull her clothes off in the grocery store, she's very mentally disabled, but she can sometimes has these little moments where like you can see that she's all there. But the point is that I'm going to interview her next. My second video is going to be interviewing her because there's not a lot of females that are autistic, and she's fascinating because she's so high functioning. Yet, though she's so high functioning, she is very clearly autistic, right? There's that line. And I think what happens is people read symptoms, and it's harder to know what that line is if you don't know, right? Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I have 2 family members with autistic kids, quote unquote, right? My sister, rest in peace, a beautiful person, died of cancer when she was 39, about 7 years ago. Swore to the day she died that my niece is autistic, right? Knowing I had an autistic daughter, I think it empowers her and my other sister-in-law. Maybe it makes more sense to them, like it's in our genetics, I don't know. But check this out. My autistic niece is about to graduate, right, from Kennesaw State University as an architect, right? Drives a car, has an internship in Atlanta where she is designing the entrances of MARTA stations, right, our transit. Has a boyfriend, goes to parties. She's not at all autistic. Not at all. There's nothing there. But she had sensory issues when she was young, okay? And whatever, it's easy to... Anyway, the second one, right, is my wife's brother's wife, so my sister-in-law via my wife. And they swear that their son is autistic. But really, what's going on is they have 3 boys and they give them 0 discipline. The boys are allowed to do whatever they want, right? And they're 7, they're like 9, 12, and 14. And they are terrible. They'll hit each other. They're rough. They're boys, right? They don't get in any trouble, ever. And I've actually watched the mom go, "Don't do that. Don't do that, Alex." And then what happens? They just ignore her. And she just goes on with her business. And 15 minutes later, she says, "I told you not to do that." And so what she's doing, he's not autistic at all. She's blaming his poor behavior on autism. And how I can prove it is her son, right, comes up to me when we were all hanging out, right? We don't see each other much. And my daughter is very clearly autistic. And he comes up to me and says, why is Isla like that? Why does she act like that? I said, "Oh, it's because she's autistic." And he was like, "What?" His eyes were like, "What are you talking about?" Right? Because autism is not quirky, it's not an identity, it is a mental disability. All right? And I'm sick of going online. You know what I saw today? What prompted this channel? What I saw today was a company that somebody set up as psychologists and whatever, therapists and doctors. They set up a company to advertise on Facebook specifically to adults that want to get a diagnosis. And the threads, it was like thousands of comments like, "I got my diagnosis today. I'm so excited. I can find..." And it was like post after post after post. I'm sitting here like, you got to be fucking kidding me, right? It's just, I take offense to it. Like, it bothers me, I have to deal with this day in and day out. My friends have to deal with it day in and day out, right? They gotta like change diapers. They got kids that don't talk, right? My daughter is about as high functioning as it gets, okay? So when you see the next video and you see the interview with her, I want you to remember that she is high functioning autistic female. And there's not a lot of females that are autistic. That's why I want to share it with the world. Because I'm quite frank, just sick and tired of the overdiagnosis pandemic. It's just a gut punch. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I know a lot of people that have deleted their comments. They try to make this position, and it does get made, and they get bullied by the people that aren't autistic, and they get bullied and they delete their comments. And I'm going to pick berries and mushrooms right now. And the next video that I upload is going to be an interview, a 20-minute interview with my daughter. And each video, I'm gonna make a video at our club. I'm gonna make a video online showing those comments. I'm just gonna scroll through. I've already saved it, and I'm gonna read the comments because it's just fucking ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for watching.